don't touch your tie. Look at me. Okay, I ask you a question. You have to think of the answer. Where do you look? No good. You look down, they know you're lying. And up, they know you don't know the truth. Don't use 7 words when 4 will do. Don't shift your weight. Look always at your mark, but don't stare. Be specific, but not memorable. Be funny, but don't make him laugh. He's got to like you and then forget you the moment you've left his sight. And for God's sake, whatever you do, don't, under any circumstance.
Russ.
Yeah.
Can you take a look at this?
Sure.
Why body language is so damn important. How to avoid the avoidance loop, and why you have to get out of your comfort zone right now. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and let's dive into this video. Now we're going to get into one of the most broad conversations that we're going to have. It's very transferable to every part of your life, no matter what your intention is with this training, and that is understanding body language. Now, body language makes up most of what we communicate. There's a bunch of different kind of fluctuating numbers that we've heard, but one of the popular ones is 93% of what we communicate. So only 7% are the words we use. Now, the words we use are important, don't get me wrong, but people are going to make judgments about who you are and if they believe you or not, and if they like you or not, primarily based on your body language. You can have differing opinions with someone, but you still like them and you still feel attracted to them and connected to them. That's going to be part of the body language. The way they sound, the way they look at you as they say these things is going to be a lot of where your attraction to them comes. And now that means that that's a lot of where your attraction that you're going to be able to create in the world is going to come from. So body language is hugely important. And a lot of people, they don't even think about it. They're just like, oh, if I just say the right thing, they're very focused on what they say. But really body language makes up the most of what you're communicating. So let's dive in. Body language. Now, body language is never ending communication. Like if someone, you go to one of these sleep labs or something and they film you while you're asleep, they'll be able to tell if you have emotional issues and, based on the way you're sleeping or something like that. So body language is always communicating something. And if you don't know what you're communicating, there's a good chance you're miscommunicating. So let's break down a couple of the pieces about body language. But before we get into that, I want to talk about a really important concept, and that is you getting out of your comfort zone more regularly. So if you thought of your comfort zone as like a zone on a map, and then just outside of that, there's like this kind of ring of mild discomfort, and then everything else is very uncomfortable. We want to push you just into the mild discomfort, and body language is a really great vessel to practice that. Sometimes when you feel uncomfortable, you kind of close your body up like that. In those situations, I want you to just feel the mild discomfort of staying open. So that's a big part of what this training is about, is slowly pushing you out of your comfort zone. Now, anytime you do something that scares you, your anxiety is going to go up, it's going to plateau, it's going to come down the other side. If you run away from the thing that you're trying to approach, as the anxiety starts to escalate, you create what's called an avoidance loop. Now, that avoidance loop is going to stop you from having amazing situations unfold in your life because you continuously keep yourself safe. But really what you're doing is you're avoiding, magic. So when you activate this avoidance loop, let's say something starts to, you feel the anxiety and you're like, no, it's okay, I'll do it later. You create this positive reinforcement in your body that's telling you, oh, when you avoided that thing, it was actually really a good move because you're still alive and nothing bad happened. Well, nothing good happened either. So neutral is okay, but what we're looking at are opportunities, and the opportunity is potentially there to, lower your status, make you look like a fool. All these things could happen, but there's also the possibility for greatness. There's a possibility for love. There's a possibility for deep connections and friendships and just a fun day that you're just chatting with people and enjoyed yourself. So you have to look at this avoidance loop as a kind of like a false reality that you're creating, that, oh, if I just avoid these things, I stay safe. Because what happens over time is the more you avoid, the scarier it becomes. The more you avoid it, the scarier it becomes. Over and over and over, that's going to compound. And after X amount of time, you're going to be terrified of life. And so what feels like not that big of a deal to someone, another person might think that's the most terrifying thing you could do. Walk up to someone new and say hello? No way. No. And then other people are like, oh, well, just go say hi. Let's go. So that's because one person had created an avoidance loop over and over and over, avoiding the thing that they wanted. And the other person had crossed over. They felt the anxiety too, but they crossed over and they went into what's called the therapeutic zone. So after you get over the kind of hump, the therapeutic zone is where all the magic happens. And so that's where we're going to try to live. Now we're going to use body language sort of as a vessel to push out of our comfort zone and sort of take up more space physically. Normally I would say watch some more of the videos, click this next video that's coming up, but for this one, I kind of want to push you out of the nest a little bit. So turn off YouTube or wherever you're watching this and go put some of the stuff you've already watched to use. Get out of your comfort zone. It's very, very important that you do. But before you do, like and subscribe so you get access to these videos when they first come out. And I'll see you guys in the next one.